Patrick Mahomes got paid. Yeah. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Hall back at it with another video talking, of course, some NFL here to talk about Patrick Mahomes and that massive contract extension that he signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. Before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome, guys, and make sure to go ahead and subscribe if you have not done so already. I do talk a lot of NFL on this channel, and you don't want to miss out, okay? Make sure to follow me, as always, on my social media links down below to reach out to me. So with that being said, it's a massive, when I say massive, I'm talking a massive contract, a 10-year. That's right, I didn't stutter, 10-year contract extension worth more than $500 million, folks, okay? $500 million plus contract extension for Patrick Mahomes. So let's talk about it. As you can tell by the title, I am a Bears fan. I'm going to give you the perspective of this contract from a Bears fan perspective, because I do think it is important. So let's get into it. So everybody that's reacting to the contract extension Patrick Mahomes got, obviously, majority of the people are going to know Patrick Mahomes is worth every single penny that he's going to get paid. And maybe he's still underpaid with this contract extension just because he is that damn good, the best quarterback in the NFL. We know that. But I thought it was important to come on and just talk a little bit about this extension from the perspective of a Bears fan, because what happened? What happened when Patrick Mahomes' contract extension got announced by Adam Schefter? What happened? The same thing that happens every single time Patrick Mahomes throws a touchdown, wins a game, does anything, or even Deshaun Watson, which is the Bears start trending and Mitchell Trubisky starts trending, okay? Because everybody knows, and I literally feel like I have a stick here and there's a horse that's dead in front of me and I'm just beating the damn dead horse because Twitter keeps reminding me that the Bears passed up on Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes for Mitchell Trubisky, okay? So I want to give my perspective, right? Because Patrick Mahomes signed this deal, but let me just first talk about the contract and then I'll get into that, okay? Let's talk about the details of this contract, folks. So it's a 10-year, $450 million extension. It's worth up to $503 million, okay? So Patrick Mahomes is, I'm not exaggerating, going to get paid $500 million if all the incentives in this deal are hit. And this is the biggest deal by far in sports history, I believe. This is higher than Mike Trout, whose deal was about $426 million, somewhere around there. This also includes a $141.48 million injury guarantee. I love seeing that there. So if anything happens to Patrick Mahomes, hopefully not, knock on wood, that there's an injury guarantee there, right? You don't want anybody getting hurt. So he will get paid for that. He's guaranteed $63 million at signing, and this is 10 years, obviously, but really it's 12 years because Patrick Mahomes still has 2 more years left on his rookie deal, and then plus this 10 years, okay? So 12-year deal, essentially, for $503 million, okay? And what do I think about it? Patrick Mahomes is worth every penny. I mean, we're talking about the best quarterback in the world by far, and it is consensus. Everybody knows he's the best quarterback. Folks, you're talking about a guy, rookie year, essentially, because obviously didn't start in his first year. In his rookie year, his second year, he throws for 50 touchdowns, okay? And the Chiefs are a contender and literally a play away from getting to the Super Bowl, right? Pretty much against the Patriots. And then the next year, literally goes to the Super Bowl and wins it, okay? And obviously his numbers weren't as good, but obviously that was because he was hurt. So first year starting MVP, second year starting Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP. Like literally, I don't know if you can do anything better than that. That's literally, unless you won the Super Bowl MVP and the NFL MVP in your first year, that might be the only thing. But, I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. We know this, and Patrick Mahomes has no weaknesses, and it's phenomenal, okay? So, as far as the contract, I love the fact that the Chiefs decided not to wait around, folks, and they just said, you know what? This is our guy. We know he's the guy, obviously, but they didn't want to play any of the games that maybe, like, the Cowboys and Dak Prescott are doing. They just said, no, like, let's get this done. I will say, though, the one thing that I do want to point out is there are new contractual obligations to tie this contract to the salary cap increases. So now this is an average of about $45 million a year for Patrick Mahomes, which is obviously what he deserves. But there is a chance that the salary cap, if it goes up, Patrick Mahomes could be looking at, potentially have gotten maybe 50 to 60 million a year. So that's something there, but he didn't tie this contract to salary cap going up. Okay, now obviously right now, the whole pandemic, we don't even know if the NFL salary cap will go up. It might go down. But point being is that wasn't included there. And here's the thing with 10-year deals. 10-year deals really tend to not work out the most favorable way for both the team and the player. It's just too long of a deal. But this might be one of those rare instances where it just fits for both people. If I'm Patrick Mahomes, I probably would have signed a shorter deal. But I guess, if this is the place you want to be, why delay it? So again, got no major issues. A couple of things maybe I'd change. I'd take a shorter deal just because I know there's always a chance this cap goes up here. But look, the Chiefs did what they needed to do. They locked up their franchise guy, the best player in the NFL, the best player in the world. And I got no issues with that, okay? So there you have it, my quick thoughts on the Patrick Mahomes deal. Now, let's talk about how I feel about this deal as a Bears fan. Well, here's the thing. The one negative about any time, no matter what quarterback it is getting paid, is it is going to be harder for you to win a Super Bowl. It's just proven, folks. If you pay more money to your quarterback, you have less money for the rest of your roster. Now, obviously, we know the quarterback position is the most important position in football. No arguments there. So you get the quarterback right, you're going to have to pay him. But point being is, it just makes it more difficult. That is the point of a salary cap, right? And so now we know that the Chiefs, for the short term, they'll be fine, but long-term wise, it could be an issue. And it will probably be an issue for them to be able to surround them with the type of roster that Patrick Mahomes needs to compete every year. Okay, now you can make a lot of subpar, maybe mediocre players look good, but right now he's not playing with a lot of subpar, mediocre players. He's playing with all Pro Bowl guys. He's playing with the best tight end in football, and Travis Kelce, if he's not the best, he's certainly the second best, and George Kittle's the only other guy in the argument. He's playing with the fastest receiver, arguably in the NFL, and one of the best, a top 5'10" receiver in Tyreek Hill. So he's playing with some major talent, great offensive line, one of the best coaches in the NFL, Andrew Reid. So it's not like Patrick Mahomes, it has nothing here. He's got a lot that he's working with. But when we're talking about you're getting into the, later years in the deal, and you can't pay a Travis Kelce, you can't pay a Tyreek Hill, then you're going to have to, make it work with the mediocre guys. And that's where that's a big part of why, when quarterbacks get paid, it makes it harder for you to be able to surround the rest of the team. So that's the one thing. But as a Bears fan, let me just say this, okay? I tweeted this. Follow me on Twitter too, by the way, guys. Look, let's just get the bashing over with, right? Ryan Pace messed up, blah, blah, blah. Again, beat the dead horse right in front of me. Keep beating it. But just please, when you are bashing Ryan Pace, because he did mess up, everybody knows it. I think every Bears fan admits this by now. I don't know why people feel the need to keep, literally saying it over and over again. But again, if you're going to bash Ryan Pace, please make sure to bash all of the draft experts. I'm talking about all the guys that literally get paid millions of dollars to do this, where they come up with a mock draft, and go ahead and bash them, because they all had Mitchell Trubisky ranked higher than Patrick Mahomes. Bash all the GMs that had Mitchell Trubisky ranked higher than Patrick Mahomes. Bash all those people if you're going to bash Ryan Pace, because you can't just bash Ryan Pace and not bash all those people. I get it. Ryan Pace is the general manager. Cool. But here's the thing. Let me paint you a scenario. You are Ryan Pace. You are a new general manager of a new football team, okay? And you have a top 3 pick in the draft, and you have to fill out your quarterback position, okay? And going into the draft, you're being told, okay, you've got 3 options. One guy is the consensus, if you will, guy ranked highest by all the guys with the most upside, and he's considered relatively safe, even though he only started a year in college. But all of the experts, literally all of them, I'm talking about the Todd McShays, the Mel Kipers, all of the guys, the major media NFL experts, even some of the ex-GMs, if you will, have this guy ranked higher. And again, if you want receipts and you want proof, go on my Twitter, go on my Instagram. I tweeted it out, okay? You have that as a candidate. Then you have a guy who won a national championship, but there are concerns that he might have hit his peak. There's concerns with injury. There's those concerns. And then you have another guy who is coming out of a smaller school, a very polarizing, literally could just be absolutely amazing, could be a bust. There's just like he's all over the place, right? You tell me in that scenario which quarterback you're taking. You as a new GM are probably saying, let me get the guy that is the safest so I don't mess up this pick and go with that guy. And that guy was Mitchell Trubisky. Unfortunately, it didn't end up working out for the Bears. That sucks. It's life. It happens. But this was not a Cleveland Cavaliers out of nowhere take Anthony Bennett with the number 1 overall pick when clearly nobody said Anthony Bennett should have been the number 1 overall pick. There were other guys people were looking at. Nope. This was not that scenario. And so to me, again, credit to the Chiefs. Credit to them for seeing what Patrick Mahomes could be, surrounding him with the right system, the right players, and the right coaches, trading up for him to get him. Credit to them, and credit to the Houston Texans for getting Deshaun Watson. But I'm telling you right now, when you bash Ryan Pace, just bash all those other players. I got no issues with you bashing Ryan Pace. Just bash all those other people as well, please, okay? The Matt Millers of the world, the Bleacher Reports, all of those people that all had their mock drafts taking Mitchell Trubisky as the top-ranked quarterback over Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. So again, like I said, as a Bears fan, I'm happy for the Chiefs. They absolutely, got it right, and Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback of the future. The one thing that I'll take away that I can pull away, again, it's nothing crazy, but like I said about the fact that once you pay the quarterback, it's hard for you to pay other positions. So that's about it. But again, what else is there to say, folks? I'm telling you, it's beating a dead horse at this point with what the Bears have done. The best thing, I'm telling you, for Bears fans to do, for us to do, is to literally just move forward and look towards the future, because all of this bashing isn't going to do anything, okay? It's already happened. Let's move forward with it. Let's see what can happen, because I'm telling you right now, I can show you countless examples of teams winning Super Bowls without good quarterbacks. It is possible. It can happen. And so, again, let's build towards it. Let's try to find the guy. Again, let's move on. Let's move on. I'm tired of this because it happens every time. Every time it happens without failure. And you know what? It's just frustrating for Bears fans at this point. That's all I got to say about it, because, again, it gets very, very annoying. So, again, like I said, in life, you know how you're miserable when you're not happy for other people. I'm happy for the Chiefs. I'm happy for the Texans. Do I want that for my Bears? Absolutely, I do. But I also do know that when the time came for that decision, that the Bears did their due diligence in terms of, what the consensus was. It's not like they took a guy that nobody, was expecting to be there. No, I thought Deshaun Watson would have been my pick because he was more experienced. But again, Patrick Mahomes, you can't tell me anybody saw that coming. I'm sorry. If you can, show me the receipts. I'll believe you. I'll give you a pat on the back, because I don't think anybody saw that coming. And he was not even close to being ranked as that guy. But happy for Patrick Mahomes. I love Patrick Mahomes. He's everything you could want in a franchise quarterback. But let's move on as Bears fans and try to go ahead and do what we have to do, which is get another Lombardi in Chicago, okay? Win another Super Bowl, because at the end of the day, that's the only goal here. Again, having a franchise quarterback is great, but I want to win, and I want to win games, and I want to win Super Bowls, okay? So whatever avenue I have to take to do that, I will. Let's do it. Let's move forward. So there you have, folks. If you agree or disagree, let me know, guys, down below. As always, thanks for watching.